Wants to hear that. This is Eric, joined always
by Q. What's up, y'all?
And today we're joined by not Joey Fatone.
Nope.
We have Joey here.
Yep, that's me.
Say hi, Joey. Introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Joey.
Not Joey Fatone.
Not Fatone.
We couldn't get him. He was on The Masked Singer, so we're trying to get him next week.
Oh, is he on
Fingers
The
still
Masked Singer?
crossed.
Yeah, he is on The Masked Singer. He's
Robot Chicken when he's getting trained by the kung fu guy, and he keeps calling him Fat One.
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, no,
No.
it's great. And he's like, "It's Fatone." Oh, shut your mouth, Fat One. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's when they were all fighting. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all like fighting each other. I do remember that.
Yeah,
Robot
yeah.
Chicken was fucking wild.
oh, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of good episodes of Robot
It
Chicken.
still is. I still get on there. It's on. The whole thing's on Hulu, and I just freaking get on there sometimes if I've got like 15 minutes, and I'm like, I'll watch an episode of Robot Chicken real quick. Yeah.
Pump through some episodes. 15-minute episodes. Those are nice.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, no, I watch a lot of streaming stuff when I'm on graveyard shifts and stuff like that, and I only get in trouble when I start watching stuff with like hour-long episodes because I do have other shit I need to be doing, and I'll be like, I can squeeze in one more, and I'll catch up, between 4 and 6 or something. Never works out that
And you
way.
never
It's
do.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got fired last night.
I don't
Fired
have a
over
job
Hulu.
anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah. How much does gig pay again, right?
Yeah. Did you ask them their Hulu usage? Like how often they use it?
No, I should. I need to.
Yeah.
No, my boss fucking loves me, so. But, I mean, the internet bill's kind of high, though. They're always like, hey, if you guys are not using the Wi-Fi for company business, then you need to be off of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I never use it, because they don't hand out the password or anything.
Yeah.
But I was in my boss's office one day, and it was written up on his fucking whiteboard, and I'm like real fucking sneaky,
Score.
like fucking started putting it in while he's talking to me, got it. Except for, Randy, if you're listening,
Yeah.
that was a lie.
They
I
know
got it.
now.
I'm just saying
They
it.
know now.
I'm just saying.
He's a big Joey Fatone fan, so he might have seen the title of this and checked in on it.
There's no Joey Fatone fans.
No, I
There's like 3.
What was he in Backstreet Boys?
They're all Justin Timberlake fans. No, he was in sync.
NSYNC, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in sync.
He's one of the background guys. Okay.
Yeah, the fat one.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
They put the fat one in the back.
The fat one, but not the old one.
Yeah, next to the other gay ones.
Yeah. Oh well.
There's like 4 gay ones, or
I
3
think
gay ones,
there's-
Justin Timberlake and the fat one. That was in sync.
Oh yeah.
Dang,
Okay.
yeah.
JT.
Yeah, JT's
Can't forget
my
about
man.
JT. JT is the man. He's
Dude.
a great actor. I love his
Oh, yeah.
movies.
No, but I know you're not part of the LGBTATG community, but I did think you were gay up until last year.
Really?
Honest to God.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Honest to God.
What?
And it
God.
was, and I do remember a couple years ago when you came back and you had your girlfriend, same girlfriend,
Yeah.
and I do vaguely remember that, but for some reason I didn't put it together. And then last year when you came, you had the girlfriend again, same girlfriend, still not gay. I'm assuming at that
Not
point.
still,
Yeah,
yeah.
never gay.
Well, because there was a point like between the first time you met her and the next time I came. Remember when I came up by myself and went and watched UFC fights at your house?
Yeah.
I was gay then.
Okay.
That's why we were split
Okay.
up. But
Okay. See, that's why it kind of threw
Little-
me for
little
a
bit
loop. I was
confusing,
like, what
but-
is he doing here?
yeah, no, you were like, hey, I'm having a barbecue. It's gonna be a bunch of Navy guys, and I'm like, I'm there.
I'm fucking all over that. Let's do it. No, I haven't had a gay Navy barbecue in a long time.
It's
Haven't
been a
done that.
while, yeah.
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 I
Couple
did get
months.
to have my girlfriend threw me a super soft 30th birthday party.
Ooh.
If you guys ever seen Letterkenny, that's a thing. Where you just a bunch of tough ass dudes, but they're wearing tiaras, and there's a cupcake decorating station and feather boas, and you're supposed to have a unicorn, but we couldn't get a pony down in Vegas on short notice. Dick banners and things, and then
Gotta have the dick
yeah,
banners.
and then there's not actually any cross dressing in it, but her stepdad was kind of a little confused on the whole idea, and we showed up, and he's in full drag, shaved his big old beard and everything, and I'm like, wow, bro,
Holy
you
fuck.
missed the fucking mark on this one a little bit.
Dang,
What is-
little
And he
tiny
was
bit.
so upset that no one else was dressed in drag, and it was hilarious.
Dang.
Holy
Was he
shit.
was dressed a little too good? Like natural?
Like it was
or-
perfect.
Like
he
he's
does
done it
every
before.
weekend.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was like. He's
Dang.
all like, "Call me Kendra," and I'm like,
What the
"Wow,
fuck?
that was
Whoa.
quick." Is that off the top of your head?
That's
or-
crazy. Did you do that last night? you
Yeah.
came up with this.
You never know what some of these guys do for money down
That's
in
crazy,
Vegas,
but
so.
that's like normal now. You can be like
Whatever
you can be
you
a
want.
fucking rocket ship. If you're like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be a tape measure, you can be a fucking tape measure. You can be a vacuum cleaner.
Don't you let anyone tell you can't be a
You
tape
can't.
measure vacuum
Hey.
cleaner.
You know, they all
That's
told
not
us
okay.
growing up, you could be whatever you want when you grow up, and
Yeah, and they weren't fucking lying.
Yeah, no.
Because people are doing it.
Could you imagine your second grade teacher now, though? If they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a YouTuber.
oh,
They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what is
dude?
that?
What the hell's a YouTuber?
What do you do?
I hear that's a
Yeah.
job. I hear that's like a profession. Like
Oh,
people
man.
do that. There's like, I mean, there's little kids. There's kids doing this.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
I don't
no.
understand it. I don't know how much money they're actually making. I don't know how
how
all
much
that
time they
works.
put
Oh, I'm
into
sure
it.
their parents are making a lot of money off of Google Ad Space and whatnot.
Yeah, you would think so. Whose bank account is it going to?
Yeah,
Not
I
the
know.
minors.
That makes me wonder, kind of, because there's all these protections for like child actors and stuff. To make sure that they're actually getting some
Right.
money.
And
put
they all
away.
turn out to be pieces of shit anyway.
Yeah, but like on this
like
internet stuff,
11 out of 10 of
like, yeah, like these kid YouTubers, do they got the same laws? Like their parents got to look out
know.
for them, or
Yeah, that's weird. Or I don't know. Maybe because they're in that.
What I don't get is people look at them like movie stars.
yeah,
Like
no,
they're
that's
world
insane.
famous. I'm like, oh, did you see so and so on YouTube? I'm like, no, I don't watch YouTube. Like,
yeah, not like that.
no.
Yeah, I don't know when that happened. What year was that? Like 2010, 2011, where like the whole world went crazy over YouTube, and people would literally sit there and watch for hours and hours and hours.
What do you mean you used
Random.
to? I still do that.
See, I can't do that. I can't get on YouTube and just
No.
watch tons of videos
Yeah.
over and over.
No, I'll only watch like.
I mean,
this-
I'll watch mine so we get a few views. Like we'll watch this. Over
Well, yeah,
and
I
over.
always click through yours first.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Plus
I
the
just-
3 people actually gonna.
Do you
be
get
listening
views
to
for
it.
hitting refresh? Because I hit refresh like 100 times today.
No, man, and it knows what computer's logged into,
Son
so
of
you
a-
can't even like
Oh,
keep
man.
pressing play and have it.
Wait,
have
can
it
my
add on.
can my boss know? Can my boss see what I'm looking at work? Like what I'm liking on YouTube?
If you work where Joey does,
Shit.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say. I worry if I'm ever looking at something shady on my phone, I'll sign out of the Wi-Fi because I've heard of that.
Private
Oh, yeah, you
browsing,
have to.
dude. Private browsers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then it'll say, "Oh, yeah, Joe checked into a private browser at about 15 minutes after everyone left." So
see, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be trusted with that. I would lose. I would fuck that up the first day because I would download. I would be like, "Well, I have free internet. I can download whatever the hell
Oh,
I want."
yeah.
I'd be downloading movies,
Everything.
TV shows, download everything. Yeah, it's on somebody else's internet.
Oh,
it's
heck
like
yeah.
right now, I'm logged into somebody else's internet and I'm downloading the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
what season?
All 10.
All 10. Oh,
Yeah.
There's 10 seasons of the Fresh Prince.
That's
No, I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna
It's
say,
damn
I was
good show, though.
Like I think.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I'd understand if
killer.
it went 10.
Oh yeah, should have went 30.
Oh, it should still be going.
Yeah, when Will's dad came back and then he left them again.
So sad when that happened.
Yeah.
It was a rough time. It was kind of like in Friends when they left the apartment for good. I don't know if you watched that show.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. I'm
I've
stuck
seen
on
all of
90s
that.
shows.
No.
I can't watch new shows anymore.
You know what I just rewatched?
Unless
for,
it's like
the
8 and Pregnant. I can watch 8 and Pregnant.
8 and pregnant.
Eight pregnant?
Yeah,
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's not on anything.
I think it was 8
Oh
and
my
pregnant with
gosh.
twins.
Oh Jesus Christ! Holy sh!
Yeah, you can't watch
that's
anything
sick.
anymore. I got to watch old shows. Home Improvement.
Oh
I got to
That's a
watch
good
old
one.
ones.
Yeah.
no, I just rewatched The Office for like I don't know, probably 15th or 16th.
pretty good
time.
show.
Yes. I've only
Oh,
seen a
yeah.
few episodes. Pretty funny.
Oh, I love it.
Man.
Yeah, that one's not bad. Have you seen the British version?
I watched the first, I don't know, 2 episodes of the British version.
It's not good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it's not as good
It's
because
not.
we're in America.
Their
Yeah,
accents.
Ricky Gervais is funny, but I don't.
can-
that show was not. No.
I can take like one British accent in an American show, but if you just start adding more, just like I don't know.
Yeah, if you have 3
Right?
people
Just like,
talking that
stop
shit,
talking.
it's like,
Stop.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's a different language at that point.
Yeah, no.
I don't even understand it.
What makes it so different from Australian though? Because ladies are like all over the Australian accents, but you hear British accent, you're like,
I think it's the teeth, really. I don't think it's the
okay,
accent.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think it's-
yeah, for sure.
I don't think.
get
Probably
that.
maybe the tan, the muscles.
Yeah, and they're a little smooth. They talk smoother. Australians.
kind of
Well,
You
flows.
talk
they
to the
kinda
Brits, they're
do,
like,
but-
they fumble through everything they say.
Like
it's incredible. You can't even get a word out.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
What was that rapper that was just deported for being British?
21 Savage.
21
Tekashi
Savage.
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Oh no, Tekashi 6ix9
Oh, it's not
is
him?
the child molester. He's in prison for.
That's right.
Whoa,
He's the one-
man.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, man, a legend.
my dude, bro.
By a court
I
of law.
watched that video.
But-
He never touched her.
Oh God! Yeah, be careful who you're telling you watch that video to. All right, like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Oh
Dang.
Jesus Christ!
No, that guy. Yeah, he can burn.
No, that was fucking
Cautious.
bullshit.
Well, that's another thing. You can't even listen to new music anymore because it's not even music.
Oh no, and it. Well,
There's some good new rappers
there's a
out.
couple.
It
good
depends. It's so few and far
Well,
between.
I wouldn't
now.
say that there's any good rappers, but I'd say that of the few shitty rappers out there, have a couple good songs. You know,
I wouldn't say a couple shitty good songs. I'd say like there's songs that you can tolerate.
I
Like you can nod to them. Like this guy.
just don't listen to the words.
Yeah, God forbid you listen to the lyrics to the song. Like,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Blueface. This is rapper. Have you heard Blueface?
I think so.
Yeah,
it's an abortion for your ears.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he the one that does like spoken word raps, or is that someone
yeah. It's kind of
else?
like offbeat.
Yeah.
yeah. I've never heard it put that way. Spoken word.
He just
but
does
yeah,
it on the
that's-
weekends.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just
yeah.
weekends.
Y'all been rapping. He just does it on the weekends, according to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him for some reason. Like I can't stop listening to him, but he's trash, dude.
Yeah.
Like
He's
I'll admit
terrible.
he's terrible, but just the catchiness of it all, I don't
Yeah.
know. It just sucks.
Well,
me
that's
in.
Well,
it's
I
the
can't
same
stop
thing.
eating McDonald's, and that's trash. So
Okay,
you know.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ocho Cinco's got a real fucking problem with that. I don't
He
know if
posts
you know
about it
that.
on Twitter. yeah, following him on Twitter.
He's got a
yeah.
severe issue with eating McDonald's. He's probably, I mean, he probably looks like dog shit now.
You guys been watching the Umbrella Academy?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's
Yeah,
on
what is
Netflix. Oh, it's so good. It's like a superhero movie, but it's a Netflix original, and it's pretty sick. It's, well, I mean, it's not super cool, but you know, it's cool. And it's pretty good for a Netflix show.
Yeah, Netflix. I got rid of Netflix when they started the Obama talks.
I don't
So I
even
slowed down
know.
with that. Got rid of my Netflix.
And
But
then
I
you-
do have Hulu, and that one show that you were just talking about, the Crazy Canadian Kids,
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Oh,
I did
yeah.
watch that. Jake
Oh,
actually
God.
introduced me to that the other day, and there was like two hick dudes, and then two like California dudes,
The hockey player.
big old chaws in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like looking to fight this guy, and he's like just talking shit to him, nice and calm. The Canadian dude, you can
Yeah.
tell they're Canadian right off the bat. So
Oh yeah.
made me not really like it, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I'm gonna have to watch more of it because I
And
don't.
I don't
what was
know.
that called?
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's Canadians. I think they're here because you can't say half of the stuff they say in Canada.
Yeah, no, they're out of. It's actually a Canadian.
Damn,
a
they don't know they're
Canadian
saying
TV
that
show.
stuff.
Yeah, it's well, Canada has its own like streaming service, and it's called Crave, and it's actually a show on there, but they like lease it out to Hulu or whatever, however they do that. But
It's crazy. It's probably trash compared to the
Say
American
funny
stuff.
Canadians. That's where I was lost.
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? There's hella funny Canadians.
There's tons.
I was gonna
tons
say,
of
like,
comedians that come out of Canada.
Like who?
Seth Rogen.
Not funny.
What?
Oh, Seth Rogen's like one of the worst.
Kidding me?
I wish. I wish he would go away.
No, I'm just kidding. I like Seth Rogen.
I was gonna say, what the
He's
fuck?
funny.
This interview
yeah,
is
there's-
over.
Now that I found out he's
for real.
Now that
Done
I
with
know
this
he's
shit.
Canadian, though, I'm like second guessing.
No,
my
like
beliefs.
you see Knocked Up, right?
I have not seen Knocked Up.
Yeah,
Really?
I've seen Knocked Up.
I think
See-
that all of the dudes in that show or in that movie are Canadian. Pretty sure.
See, my problem with Knocked Up and Seth Rogen was, like I was telling him the other night, was when I was like high school, going through my fat puberty, like chubby stages.
When everyone called you super bad.
Yeah.
Which-
So there you go. You
Did
know,
you
like
see the
Jonah
chubby
Hill,
guy before?
Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen. I got all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, so those movies I never was really interested, but now that I'm watching them, they're pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like that was me.
No, I remember that when
That was
when I
my
was
fat
when I was
ass.
working at the pawn shop, and you and Connor used to run around, and me and Blair would be like, "Here comes super bad." Oh,
Big
man.
ass.
You were a
Yeah.
chubby fuck.
Oh, dude, no, I
You
wasn't
had some
chubby. I
weight
was
on you.
fat.
That happens.
fat.
We all go through. I'm going
Yeah.
through my chubby stage right now. I'm hoping I grow out of it pretty soon.
Oof.
you know?
Yeah, my gut's getting pretty big.
Oh, dude, I drink too much beer.
Prior line of work kept me somewhat in shape, but
That'll do it.
I like
for
to
sure.
sit here. I like to talk, and that likes to grow my gut.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you guys are both over the hill. Like,
But yeah, I mean, I'm 32.
Right.
You just turned 30. You
I
said.
just turned 30 on the 8th of February.
I will be turning 25 in April.
Ooh. What day?
7th?
Oh, the 7th?
They
Oh,
say-
hey, it's the same birthday as my
They
friend.
say insurance goes down at 25. Like, what are we talking? Like, is it
It's at least $12.
Damn, $12.
It depends really
Hell
on
yeah.
like your record because
Clean.
when I was 17 or 18, my car insurance was $144 a month for liability.
Yeah.
My
That
insurance
doesn't
now-
cover shit.
No, and that's nothing.
They're just taking
Here in
your money
Nevada,
'cause they
that's
can.
Nothing. Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, it's nothing. They're like, we'll get rid of your car for you, maybe charge you for towing, but yeah, no. Now though, my insurance for liability last time I had it was like $90, but I got a shitty driving
Really?
record. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's
I just had to do fucking traffic school to take 4 points off my record so that I
Dang.
wouldn't lose my license.
Jeez, what were you doing? Like 60 in a school zone?
I accidentally ran a guy off the road in Reno.
Oh, that's not that bad.
You know, but I only
that's not
got
that
well, you know, and the thing was though, here's what's fucked up about it is I looked and he wasn't there. I think he was trying to pass me, but I didn't turn on my blinker. You know, and he was being fucking dramatic, slamming on his brakes on the freeway and going across 3 lanes and shit. But then there was a cop 2 cars behind us. And by the time he got up and talked to me, he's like, I gotta go make sure those guys are still alive. Dude, those guys fucking took off as soon as they saw the fucking lights turn on.
They're gone.
You were
Yeah.
the one that pulled over?
Yeah, I pulled over. Because I'm like, shit. I heard this brake squeal. I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, well,
I-
and it's the law,
Yeah,
too.
it is the law. I pulled
You gotta
over.
pull over.
Those guys fucking were gone, you know? So they were probably trying to get me for something, but, you know, fucking cops show up and they're like, we're fucking out of here. They probably have no insurance. Well, it's like, I live in like a super small town up there in northern Nevada and like freaking, I'd say
4
like
cops.
we've got like, we've got about 4, maybe 5 cops plus the sheriff. And I'd say 2 of them have proper training, you know? And then some of them, they consider being qualified as serving as a sheriff's deputy up in Seattle for 5 years. And it's like, no, dude, you don't come from Seattle to a town of 600 people and think that you're going to treat us all the same way you treated people up there, you know?
Yeah.
And then vice versa, you know, I wouldn't expect someone who grew up in a town of 600 to go be a cop in Seattle.
LA
either.
or some shit.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You got to be trained for, you know, the right training for
No,
the right
and most of them
situations.
are high school kids that graduate and then go in, and that's what they know.
That are complete shitheads
Oh,
in
yeah.
high school.
Yeah, no
Baseball
life
players who
experience
didn't get
whatsoever.
a scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what the police force is filled with. I love police myself, but love law enforcement, but untrained is
I don't think you can be black and be a cop.
I don't. Well, I don't.
It's just frowned upon.
No comment. The fuck are you talking about, Quentin? You ain't seen Training Day?
Training day.
I have not.
Damn, you will be very surprised.
Is that with
talking to
Denzel?
Q.
It is.
It is with
I've seen it.
Denzel.
I only know that because I see it come through the shop all the time. I should snag it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
King
dude.
Kong doesn't have shit on him in that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't hear about the ESPN analyst that got fired for referring to a basketball player as King Kong. I think it might have been Zion Williamson, honestly.
Damn.
But
Oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
like, it was taken way out of context. Like, he was like, I didn't even hear it, but I assume it was something along the lines of, he's like King Kong out there. Which he
Dang,
is.
I wonder what he said.
Yeah, I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, cue that shit
gotta,
up.
You gotta watch that stuff sometimes, I guess. Well, and I think another big thing about it too is like you say something like that on TV and you don't see the reaction right away. Like if I was
Yeah.
talking
Oh, yeah.
to somebody and I was all like, "Oh man, you're like King Kong out there," and they're like, "What? What is that supposed to mean?" I'd be like, "Oh no, I didn't mean
Like
it
a
that way."
gorilla?
You're being a
Yeah.
fucking
Like an
beast,
ape?
man.
Yeah,
You're a beast.
and I could be like,
fucking
"Oh no,
killing
I
it."
didn't mean it that way. I meant, yeah, like you're a beast. You're dunking on these fools and stealing white ladies or whatever." And I, could be, you know, but if you say it on TV, you know, it's like 10
yeah.
hours later, and then everybody's heard it, and you don't even have a chance.
Yeah, and the world goes
to
fucking
apologize. You
mental.
know? But yeah, no,
crazy.
I think that's a big problem with it. Is, you know, people need to give people a chance. I mean, there are some times that you hear something like that, and you're like, oh, okay, that was pretty obviously trying to offend somebody, but. A lot of times, especially older people, you really got to cut older people a freaking break.
Oh yeah, big time.
you
Yeah,
wanna
especially
switch-
with the new rules now, like it's crazy now. Like nobody knows what's right and what you can say. We're going to be demonetized. We don't even make fucking money on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're going to be shut
So,
down.
We're
just
gonna
from the
cut
couple
out.
things we
You're
just
gonna
said.
cut out the last. How far are we in? Like 46 minutes. You're gonna cut out the last like 35, right?
Cut it all out.
So this feller here in the black jersey,
Wow, that was a nice way to start it, Q.
he that's King Kong.
Wakanda forever.
and then it was an Iowa reporter, or not a reporter, radio analyst, referred to Maryland's Bruno as King Kong because of the way he was playing. But they suspended him because of that comment.
Well, do they have like a clip? Like, what does that say?
Just based on his name, Gary Dolphin, he should have been suspended a long time ago.
Yeah, what a terrible name. That's like a stage name. That's a fucking stripper name. It's not even real.
That's a porno name, yeah. He did not start out as a sports announcer.
No, there's no way.
Wow. Yeah, that was taken away. Did you see what that said? Oh, it said that's some pretty good long-range shooting. And then Fernando was King Kong at the end of the game.
Did he beat his chest at the end of the game?
He probably beat his chest at the end of the game. He's wearing number 23. He's got to be King Kong on the court. They suspend him for the rest of the basketball season for that, saying King Kong.
Just the rest of the season, that's not bad.
Makes me,
but still, like
it makes me curious if the player got upset about it though. Like, because if I was a player and it doesn't matter what color,
care.
That's a compliment. King Kong. Who doesn't want to be King Kong?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I know, but that's another thing though.
It's crazy.
Like, sometimes these guys take that kind of that fake outrage and try to leverage it, like that. Yeah. That guy recently that I don't even know if I want to say anything about him, but the movie guy who paid them dudes or whatever,
I don't know.
That fuck, you're gonna make me talk.
You're gonna make me say it.
So that guy, and he's on that show Empire, and he's a black guy, and he's homosexual, and he paid 2 white guys to wear red baseball caps and beat the crap out of them and call them a bunch of slurs and
he
poured
paid
bleach
white
on
guys
them.
to do it.
Yeah, and then he called the cops and was like, "Hey, these 2 white guys beat me up, yelling, 'This is MAGA country, you faggot,' and all this, that, and the other." And then it come out that he paid them with a check for $3,500 to do it, and I understand that kind of stuff does happen in real life, maybe not to that extreme, but I mean, just him doing that was. I mean, for one, it was stupid, and it was wrong to do that, to try to paint a whole, racism's racism, whichever way it goes. Trying to paint a whole people like that, but
that's crazy. No, I did hear about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You just wanted to hear what I
Yeah, no, the whole world heard about that.
Yeah, no, I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, no, he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, he is a piece of garbage. Yeah.
He should be. I mean, he hired, and he said these were white guys. These were black people that he hired. These were 2 black.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
You want to call somebody King Kong?
I have.
That dude's King Kong. He's a big old boy.
That guy,
dude.
There was two guys, and they apparently they put a noose around his neck, and they had "Make America Great Again" hats on, and poured bleach on him. I guess, and said it's MAGA country faggot or N-bomb. I'm not sure which one it was. Couldn't tell when he was. But the guy did the interview, and he's sitting there like he's a good actor. He's going to get another job. He's going to be working somewhere else. No
Hopefully
problem.
He gets paid
but he's sitting there crying when he's telling her. He's like, "I'm okay."
No. And that's crazy because, and that totally, one of the biggest things about it, I think, is now if something like that ever does happen, or anything happens to anybody, it's like, how are you going to, it takes trust away from people who are
everybody's going to kind of be like, But this story was from the start, that story was really, really weird.
Real shaky. Yeah, I mean, I listened to this kind of more liberal-leaning podcast, and they were talking about it, and they even they're usually all about we gotta stick up for this kind of stuff, and they were kind of just told the story, and they were like, anyway.
It tells itself, he's a racist piece of shit.
I think real racism's a little more like real racism's real subtle and stuff, like locking your doors in a bad neighborhood and stuff like that. Maybe not
that's
even a
fear,
bad...
Joey.
That's just, I know I'm going to get robbed.
That's just fear of another race.
Yeah. That's just smart. That's all.
Okay. No,
it's holy shit.
I'm not saying they're inferior. No. I'm saying that they want to eat my skin. Or I don't know. I don't know what racists think. But what are you still looking for? The King Kong thing?
Both of them.
Both.
The Smollett attackers.
I haven't seen them.
Those piece of shit white guys.
The 2 white guys that beat up the black guys.
look at these guys. They are jacked. These are UFC fighters.
Yeah, well, that's what I heard. Is one of them was even his personal trainer. Or something
Yeah, the one
like
on the
that.
right looks like the Falcons defensive lineman Grady Jarrett.
Yeah, and they had, I mean,
He's
there
just
was a
a
video.
beast.
They were at a store. They were buying this stuff, the hat or the rope or whatever they were buying. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about
exactly
that.
how it was going. But yeah, meanwhile, this guy's just like, well, the best part was the interview, and the lady's like, "What if we don't catch him?" And he's just like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't talk." And he starts crying, and you're just like, "Holy shit, what a piece of shit!" Because I watched
jinxed
that after
himself
we
on
knew.
that one.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, they found him.
My God. And then you got some people, like I watched a couple interviews after it, and there was a couple people saying, well, like the message was, like it was a good message behind it. It was just executed the wrong way. And I'm like, holy shit. That was like
Not a good message.
That's a terrible message to say.
If you have to fake it, it's not a good message.
No, not at all.
No. I mean, I don't care. I mean, people disagree or whatever in politics, and it's like, that's not the way to get anything done. That just makes you fucking look stupid. It makes
Yeah, no, it just
Yeah,
resets
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah.
It just resets
Yeah.
everything.
Pushes everything in the wrong direction.
Exactly. But yeah, no. That's,
But he'll be shamed. I mean, and he said he did it he needed more money, I guess.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
he didn't have enough money.
So that's what I was kind of getting at.
65,000 an
was-
episode.
Yeah, that guy.
You got 65,000 an episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wants more.
So I don't think he was hurting. Yeah, so
Jeez.
he's just a greedy piece of shit that's like, well, let me make this up because I'm not going to get caught. And everybody, like the media, everybody's on my side.
Yeah.
So let me come out with this, and nobody's going to not believe you. Like when I heard that, I was like, holy shit, man, I need to look into that. That's a crazy ass
I
story.
don't get how people's minds
It's
work.
terrible.
Like, what makes you think, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
this is my
what-
plan today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what came about, like, in his
Well,
mind that's like, let's do this?
and that's the thing is like what I was saying about the kid. You asked if the kid was offended about being called King
yeah.
Kong. Dude, he could turn around and like leverage that,
Yeah,
and be
definitely.
like, "Ah, man,
Even
I'm
if it
a
doesn't-
victim of racism," and he'll be in the NBA next year.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd play off of it. I'd go off of it if I was that dark.
You're like, God, can you?
Come
Hey,
on, God.
I-
you tempted me, man.
Whenever I'm putting in applications for anything, because my last name's Pacheco, I'll still mark Hispanic box before I'll mark the white box to get a better chance. So.
Just to be that guy, just Elizabeth Warren that shit.
I just marked
Hey,
them all
no,
because I
I'm
honestly
half.
don't
I'll take a
don't
DNA
know.
test, man. Like,
Take the test, man.
So did she, but I mean,
Man, yeah.
I'll pass mine. Well, 50%'s an F, but I mean, I'll get that at least. So
Yeah, but you still pass. You're actually that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not like a liar like, say, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw, yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
Indian outlaw.
Yeah, he's a lying piece of garbage.
Christ.
Yeah. What I've learned in life is your dad isn't always your dad, even if your mom says it's your dad.
Oh yeah. I've always wondered that. Because like I said, my dad was straight from El Salvador, and I'm like, very, very fair. And
Very fair.
Very
That's a good
fair.
name for a father.
Yeah.
The
Fair
one thing I
skin.
know about your dad, it's funny because I thought you were gay up until 2018, like late 2018.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ.
But
That was like 3
I
months
remember
ago.
a story. It's funny because Joey Fatone, grew up with my wife of 11 years, and the first thing I remember knowing about you was a story I heard about your dad. He came back from wherever he was, and he had a whole cart or a whole bag full of like balloon animals and stuffed animals
Okay.
and like
So let me
swords that light
give
up.
this a little
Some light-up
context
swords?
here.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, did you buy these things for your kids, or
No.
like, where did you come back from? Was what I've
So
always wondered.
my parents met in the carnival. They were both traveling with the carnival. My mom was about 16. I think he was probably close to 30, something like that. It was the 80s. It was a
It's like
different
Elvis
time.
Yeah.
Presley
Oh, yeah.
status, dude.
So I actually just saw his birthday today. I was going through some old paperwork and I saw something with his birthday on it. And he's actually turning 61 in June, and I think my mom's 49 now. But anyway, so they were both in the carnival traveling, and she left the carnival after I was born. He kept traveling with the carnival, and I never saw him ever. So yeah, there was a
Good
time.
fucking money. He's like, I got to do this for my family.
Yeah,
Gotta provide for my family.
not for this family. It's probably one of his, other
one of his
kids
other
that I
ones.
don't know.
One of your other
There were
half-brothers.
many. They keep coming out of the woodwork every year. I'll get a message from someone. They'll be like, "Hey, I'm your brother. I'm your sister." And I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And they're like, "Can I have some money?" I'm like,
It's like Slim Shady. That's like the stuff Eminem.
I'm not even that. I mean, I just have a job, like, and they're just like, give me some money. I'm like, no.
Yeah, why do you assume I have money? Because my dad just fucking owned this large, giant carnival.
Yeah,
like
he did not own the carnival. He operated the Gravitron, which was a ride.
Isn't that the big spinny?
Yeah, that you get stuck against the wall.
Yeah, I never trusted that.
Man, I was always worried that, like, you'd fly off out of the ceiling and fucking get flung halfway across town.
Well, some of them like ride. Raise up, right?
Yeah,
like the things you lay on.
Yeah, and some of them aren't covered on top. Yeah. The walls panels are on rollers and you slide up and down.
Yeah, and they like stand up and shit. We'll put a picture up for people that can see it that haven't ridden it before. But
yeah, the Gravitron,
they're fucking terrifying.
That thing is insane. It's my favorite carnival ride.
Oh yeah, that thing wants to let go. Though.
But I mean, I grew up with it, so.
You were conceived on it, right?
I was conceived on the Gravitron. That was one of the benefits of being a ride operator in the carnival. It basically doubled as your house.
And you could have sex on it whenever you wanted to.
You could have sex on it, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that's where my dad came from out of nowhere when I was 13 years old. Hadn't heard from him
That's
since
crazy.
I was
So that's
7.
the story that I heard.
Yeah,
when he came back when you were 13.
He pulled up in front of my house. I lived right across the street from the junior high, which I attended at the time, which was super fucking embarrassing because everyone I knew saw this carnival fucking van out in front of my house.
Dad's here.
Yeah, and he opens up the side and he's giving us stuffed animals and all-day ride passes and stuff, and we're like...
And you're 13, cool. You can't be like, fuck you, Dad.
I'd be fucking stoked.
No, I was stoked.
My dad's the greatest!
He's all like, here's some free ride passes for you. And them bitches were like, okay, so this would have been like 2002, something like that, and I was 13, so... these things were like $20 a piece. Nobody had $20 in 2002. Not when you're 13.
I don't have $20 in 2019, Joey.
Whole cart of groceries with that.
Oh yeah, in 2000, it was a different time back in the day. But he gives these to me, and I'm like, cool, thanks. And he's like, do you want to invite any of your friends? And I'm like, you're telling me you're going to give all-day ride passes to any friends I invite? And he's like, yeah, you're my son.
Shit.
I was fucking balling.
So he was only your dad when the carnival came to town.
That was it. And he'd be like, I'll call, I'll write, I'll send you a bicycle, and nothing in between.
Holy shit.
And then after that time, though, when I was 13, the next time I heard about him was actually from my mom. And he had overstayed his visa, and he was getting ready to be deported. But due to some immigration court thing, he was like, well, since I have 2 kids with you, and if we get married, I can stay. And my mom asked me, she's like, should I marry this guy so he can stay? And I was like, fucking send him back. Which, yeah, pretty heartless. Hardcore. Yeah, like...
How old were you?
I was, at that time, I was 16.
Oh, so you were like a fucking asshole. You were like a dickhead, like all 16.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, no, yeah.
That's like looking back now. I'm like, okay, yeah, if it was me now, I'd be like, probably sure, it's your fucking life. Give him a chance, I guess, if you want. I don't care. Because I wouldn't have to do it. But I knew when I was 16 years old, this fucking
like he was freeloading
carny was going to be at my house. Yeah. And he was a bad guy, too. He was a fucking Mexican gangster and shit. So.
That shit's hard.
There's that Gravitron thing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that Gravitron.
This one has a fucking a ceiling on it.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's what the Gravitron has a ceiling, and there's another one called the Roundup that does not have a ceiling.
This dude's standing
up.
Yeah.
It spins so fast that the centrifugal force sucks against the wall.
But look at the roof. The roof is like a tarp.
Yeah, you can lay against the side, and then you use your feet, and you spin yourself upside down against the wall.
Why would you do that, though?
Oh, it's so much fun.
See, this guy's riding it properly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one guy that looked at the little thing that says you're high enough.
The guy that you don't fucking see in this picture is riding it properly because he's not in it.
Yeah, he's the
guy.
Don't
go in those
guy's
things.
Standing and watching. No, that's a death trap. That's like it's a giant coffin for at least 60 people.
Somebody, I want to look up Gravitron fails on YouTube now later.
Oh my god!
Like, there's got to be that tarp's not going to hold a person flying 30 miles per hour. Like you're going to
fly right out of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Could you imagine? I mean, I know there's been people that died like on roller coasters and shit. Like people that have been thrown off or crazy stuff like that. That I can imagine like a cartoon.
I've seen
that's the Roundup. It's like the Gravitron, but there's
all
no
open.
There's no roof. Yeah, and it turns fucking sideways.
And if it lets go, if it decides to let go, the thing's fucking gone. It's like rolling like a tire down the fucking road.
Or through the air, that shit's probably going to be like a Frisbee, right?
Yeah. Just takes off in the fucking air.
Oh, dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, no. All those fucking carnivals that they used to have here, no.
Do they not? Does Carnival not come through town anymore?
No, I mean, they put through and it gets smaller and smaller. It's like, Where's the last carnival even at?
Out at the fairgrounds, I think.
Was it at the fairgrounds?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Cantaloupe Festival. They've been having.
This is Fallon, Nevada, mind you. That we're talking about.
There's a car lot now at Sand Mountain Motors. It's like right by KFC and all that. That little.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like a U-Haul. So there's the car lot. There's the little tiny dirt lot, and then there's the businesses right there, like KFC and all that. They usually have it right there in that little.
Yeah, with the log homes and shit. Where.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
where they had. What did they have there that your son wanted to see?
We went to the circus.
Was it King Kong? Am I thinking the right thing?
It was Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, that's what it was.
Which I believe is bigger than King Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
But Hong Kong is Mexican because it was a Mexican circus.
And your dad was running the ride.
It was Joey's dad. Yeah, it was for sure Joey's
You know what?
dad.
I was another thing. I was talking to my aunt today while I was in town. I was visiting family, and she was looking through all these old pictures. My girlfriend wanted to see a picture of what my dad looked like, and I'm like, you know what? Just look at any picture of a Mexican guy in the '80s, and that's what he looked like.
Hell yeah!
Did he have a Jerry curl?
That kind of longish curly hair, but with like a ball cap. Mexican farmer chic.
Goatee?
Is what it was.
Jerry curl.
Yeah, goatee.
Like
yeah.
handlebar?
No, just.
That's how I want him to be. I'm going to picture him my own way.
I'm picturing him as like a Mexican Eazy-E.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, no goatee.
No goatee.
He gaslit me on that one. That he had no facial hair, couldn't grow it very well.
Huh? It's probably because he wasn't a man.
Yeah. Well, I got mine from the other side of the family. Yeah.
From your mother?
From my mom, yes. I have my mother. In this carnival, my mother was the bearded lady. So
I think your mom's a good parent in this whole scenario, though, right?
No, that's not.
Oh, dang. See, I can't relate to that at all. It's so hard for me to relate to that because both my parents are fucking awesome. Like, my parents just took my kids to Disneyland, like, not long ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking crazy. I don't know why they do all that good stuff. But, yeah, I have really good parents, always have.
I had good parents growing up, but now that I'm, like, out of the house, I realize that they aren't, like, good parents.
Right,
they were just
up.
there. Like, they gave me a house to live
They
in.
just stayed together to raise you?
Yeah, pretty. They are not together, but it's like, I don't know.
It's funny seeing it as an adult.
Man.
Like, you looking at these other adults as an adult now.
Right.
And you're like, well, I wouldn't like that fucking person. Like,
No,
definitely. Yeah, no, that's something I
crazy.
realized recently about my mom is, like I said, she was in the carnival when she joined the carnival when she was like 14, and that was the last time she went to school. And like looking back on it now, I'm like, wow.
So you really can't blame it on her, really. I mean, she found a guy. I'm assuming your dad, right?
For
women.
a minute.
That's what I tell my daughters. I have 2 daughters, and I tell them. Well, I don't tell them yet, but I'm going to tell them that guys are pieces of shit. Like, guys will ruin your life so fast, it's unreal. Girls are dumb. Girls will just follow.
Oh.
And they'll just go for it. Like that 14-year-old girl, she probably just didn't have a good father.
They can be.
Oh, the 6'9" girl? The 69 girl?
Are we back on Takashi when he was pouring all the liquor on that 13-year-old girl while he was forcing her to do stuff on some other guy?
Gross.
Yeah, but he never did anything, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't do it.
He's innocent.
Yeah.
He just held
He's
the video
going into
camera.
witness protection, I heard.
What?
That's where they put snitches, apparently. That's what I hear.
That's
what
I heard.
If the snitches know what Stitch is, they get witness protection.
Transition time.
Game time.
I was so glad to get out of my fucking mom's house, but it wasn't like I moved in with all these roommates or whatever. We had like fucking 6 roommates in this fucking one. It was like a triple wide trailer, so it had like plenty of bedrooms, but like fucking dude, it was like all bad. There was this one time so down the street from our house, there's this gas station, and one night we're all drunk and we ran out of booze, and someone's like, why don't we just go rob the gas station? And they were closed. We weren't like sticking anybody up or anything, but I'm like, I don't know. And these 2 guys were like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. And we're like, all right, well, fucking do it then, let's see it. And they leave and they come back about 15 minutes later, and they both have a 12-pack of Budweiser, and no one's 21, so they couldn't have gone and bought it. And we're like, where'd you get that? They're like, we just went and fucking broke into that gas station. We stole it. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. They're like, go look. We busted out the front window, and we went in there and we grabbed this. And we're like, no way. So me and my other buddy, we're like, we got to check this out. So we're just going to like do a casual drive-by of it and see what's going on, see if the cops are there or whatever. And we drive by, and at first we're like, oh no, it's fine. And then when we're driving back by on the way home, we noticed a big pile of glass in front of the door, and we're like, no fucking way. So we pull off to the side of the road like a block away, and we're like, man, they broke in there and they only grabbed a 12-pack each.
Yeah, that's all you got?
Yeah,
you
I'm
like,
like,
that bitch, you're still in fucking
everything.
No, yeah, I'm like, man, it's been about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm like, it's already been about 20 minutes. There's no cops there or anything. No lights are on. No alarms are going off. And I'm like, let's fucking do them one better, dude. And so he's like, all right. And we got out of the car. We walked about a block back to this gas station. And we fucking run in there. And it was like fucking Reservoir Dogs, man. Like, it was nuts. He runs back and he grabs two 30-packs in each hand and then a 30-pack under each arm. And he fucking runs out. And I fucking jump behind the counter all super ingenuitive and stuff. And I pull a garbage bag out of the garbage can. I'm grabbing all the fucking bottles of booze, every pack of cigarettes that they fucking had in that place.
How much cash did you grab?
No cash.
What?
No cash.
What?
Registers get locked up. Like, that was a sucker bet.
Yeah.
Like, all we would have spent it on was fucking cigarettes.
Well, you got the money.
Anyway.
I mean, you could sell the cigarettes if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, no. So we fucking full garbage bag and then fucking 4 30-packs and we get out of there. And so we get back to the house and we just walk in like fucking kings. These guys look like fucking assholes for fucking running in there and grabbing a couple 12-packs out the display or whatever. And yeah, so that happened. And then, we were kind of like, let's do it a third time and we'll really fucking get some shit. We were going to grab all the fucking snacks and chips. And,
oh, yeah, you're taking
everything.
We had like 3
you're taking
like
the coolers now.
Oh, yeah, we had like 3 like girl roommates and they're like, get some toilet paper. We're out of toilet paper. Girls. But we drove.
You at the shop.
Yeah, we drove by that time. And this was about, oh, God, it had to have been about like 4 or 5 hours later. This time there's fucking cops there. And we just kept driving. Yeah. We're like, nope, don't even look. We fucking drove all the way back into town and like fucking took like crazy back way back so we wouldn't drive past it twice. Yeah, so that was pretty fucking nuts. I had a pretty extensive criminal history when I was living here when I was younger.
Did you guys get caught?
No, never got caught. We did, though. We were suspected because there was one time we went out and, like, I feel bad for this part now. We went out. We used to fucking just dump our trash out in the desert.
Like littering?
Yeah, but like a truckload at a time. Damn. And like instead of going to the dump and paying like $3 or whatever, we just go out to the spot in the desert. But everybody went here. There was a ton of trash out there,
desert.
Which was not.
There's lots of desert.
Yeah, everybody does it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't no excuses. But this one time there happened to be a fucking power bill in there, and a sheriff came to our house at around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Dumped with like booze bottles and shit.
Oh yeah, and that was the thing is like. A lot of it was the little mini bottles, and it's like, who buys fucking 3 dozen mini bottles of fucking whatever?
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, you have the whole display case thrown away.
Exactly.
This chick just got fired from the liquor store from stealing those little pocket shots.
Ooh, dumb bitch. She did get fired, huh?
Yeah.
That's fucking retarded.
She's gone now. She was scanning, like she'd put a dozen of them on the counter, like after her shift was over. She'd scan one, and then act like she was putting in the quantity amount.
Yeah.
And just swiping her card for the one. And you can't steal from a Middle East Sikh or whatever they are, the Indian guys.
Yeah, no, you cannot steal from an Indian.
No, time.
They
money.
Steal from you.
Yeah, they know. You're not the negative cent what money they have. Mm-hmm. And so he ran back his cameras. He's got like ultra HD cameras.
Oh, so he just had a hunch and he was like, fuck, I'm right.
Yeah, no, dude. Like,
just watched her do it.
But that was the closest we got to getting caught because the sheriff showed up to our house with this piece of mail, and he's like, we're all fucking hungover as shit because we've been drinking like fucking monsters for a month on this free booze.
At this point, you're just assholes that threw trash out.
Yeah.
So it's not even...
So he comes up, and he's like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to fucking write you guys a $1,000 ticket for littering. If you go out... He went out, and he taped off with this caution tape just like 100 feet in every direction, like a circle. Must have spent all fucking morning on it.
Hours.
Yeah. He fucking taped it all off, and he's like, if you pick up everything within the caution tape, I won't write you, because he's like, I know there's a lot of fucking trash out there, but you pick up everything in there, and I won't write you a ticket. And
pretty good deal.
Yeah, we're like, all right.
Meanwhile, there's someone speeding.
Oh yeah,
down the highway.
A woman's being
talking
raped
about fucking waste of resources, right?
Yeah.
So we do that, and he shows back up that afternoon, and he's like, "Good job, guys." And he's like, "But I did notice that there were a lot of those one-shot bottles in there, and you guys live about half a mile from this gas station that was robbed a couple weeks ago." And
we're like, "Holy shit, Columbo!"
We're like, "Yeah." And he's like, do you guys know anything about that? And we're like, no. He's like, okay, have a nice day. Like, we're like, oh, fuck. And then one of my other roommates ended up getting arrested for something totally unrelated. He got in a fight or something. But he was wearing the same fucking shirt that he wore that night. And they did have security cameras, but the lights were off, so they couldn't see our faces. But it was like a DC skate shoe shirt or whatever with the logo on it. And when he got arrested, he was wearing it. And
with his backwards Fred Durst hat.
He didn't wear a Fred Durst hat, but I think he wore one during the incident, but he didn't.
With his puffy skate shoes?
Yeah, his Etnies, wearing a DC shirt, but rocking Etnies because they're cheaper.
You just don't do it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that was probably the closest we came right there, because he's like, deputy who arrested him's like, that shirt was in a security footage of this robbery down the street. He's like, pretty popular brand, man, a lot of shirts. Like, that was it.
Smarter than I would have been. I was a dumb motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I would have started fucking crying.
Because it's the one I was wearing when I robbed that store. I would have told him everything.
I was with...
That was a thing. Like, I don't know why. Well, aside from Eric, who thought I was gay till last year, a lot of people thought that I was banging hella chicks here, but I really wasn't. Like, two. Like, LaDonna and someone else.
Didn't LaDonna bite off your nipple?
Just part of it.
Just part
of it.
You lost a nip.
Through two shirts. That was bad.
Through two shirts?
I was wearing, because I always wear an undershirt, so it was like a thicker kind of Ralph Lauren, like long sleeve, and then a fucking wife beater underneath that, and it was very unexpected. It wasn't on purpose, really. Like, she meant to bite me, but she just got it just right and just sheared the end of it right off. Just the tip.
Just the tip?
Just the
That's
tip.
the best part.
Just the tip, yeah.
Oof.
I have no feeling in that nipple.
You lost feeling in that nipple?
Yeah.
That's rough.
If that would have happened, like, in today's times, you probably could have sued her.
Yeah.
Or just beat the shit out of her for it.
No, that was
That's what everybody fucking told me. They're all like, yeah, dude, you should just punch her. I'm like, no.
I'm not going to.
No, are you fucking kidding me?
Punch this lady because she bit my nipple too hard.
Yeah. I think we were like 15 or something, like 14 or something like that.
Oh.
We were young, yeah.
Okay.
We were still.
I guess I really sexually.
I guess I always. Yeah. I guess I just always took the story.
She got that way. Like, I mean, like, for real. Like, the first time was like her first time and my first time, and then she just fucking went nuts.
Ooh,
as you can tell now from her repertoire or whatever.
She a whore?
Yeah.
She turned into one fucking pretty fast, dude. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that I always took that. I took that story way differently. Like, I thought it was like sexual. Like, you guys were like into it and she fucking chunked off your nip.
No, dude, we were like standing on our front porch like smoking a cigarette. And
did you say you were just like you were 12?
Dude, I smoked my first cigarette when I was 7 years old, man.
No way.
Yeah, there's no statutes on that in Nevada, so.
Well, yeah,
you know, aside from buying
them. You're just a child smoking.
Like if that
exactly.
No biggie.
No, dude, I think like so. Like I smoked my first one in 7th grade, and when I was 7, by the time I was in 7th grade, 5 years later, I was smoking like a pack a day.
Holy shit.
By the time I was when I was working at the pawn shop, it was hard not to smoke all day. And then after that, like other jobs I had that were outside, I smoked fucking 2 packs a day. Like, now I'm down to like, I don't know, 5 or 6 a day just because fucking I can't breathe and shit. So
that's crazy. I smoked for 11 years. I smoked like a pack a day.
Yeah, dude. It's nuts.
I used to smoke when I got drunk, but other than that, not really. Just not my...
Tobacco's wacky, kids.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man. No, like, it kind of sucked working there because, like I said, you know, I was kind of a
working at the pawn shop.
Well, no. It was
I'm finding out like the rest of the world.
It was
that you worked at the pawn shop.
I did. I worked there before Q,
and then I worked. Yeah, we worked together.
Oh, we did work together for a little bit, huh? Yeah.
Okay,
when Connor was there.
Can I tell the story first?
Yes.
So my first work experience with you, Joey, I was pretty pissed. Not at you really, but I was fucking livid at the manager at the time.
Yeah.
So what happened there was...
We're not saying his name. Does he listen?
I don't know.
Let's skip it.
He sounds like a fuckhead.
Yeah.
Forehead, more like 5-head.
Is it Nick?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'd been working there for a few years now. Granted, I was still younger than you. You'd worked there before. And it was right when you first got hired back there. It was the middle of summer. And our manager had me go out into our little fenced-in lot with the fucking 3-foot-long magnet on wheels, pushing around, picking up nails.
I remember that now.
Yeah, fucking middle of the summer. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm doing this. I've been here for like 3 years already, and I'm like, Joey's in the fucking air conditioned building over there, like just bullshit.
I was getting retrained.
Yeah, I was like, I'm out there pushing,
picking up nails in a parking lot.
The middle of summer, scooping up. I scooped up like a 10-pound box of nails from that. There's still nails out there, dude.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
But yeah,
that thing's probably still parked in the same spot.
Yeah.
No, I think when you were doing that, I think me and the other guy who worked there, we were in the warehouse, and he was seeing how strong that that lift thing we had, and you had to tie off like where the harness when you're on it. We were seeing how strong that harness was, so he's hanging me from this lift and like taking pictures of me hanging. But like we got up there, like I got in the harness, he lifted the thing up, and you had to be standing on it to lift it up. And I'm like, now take a picture. And he's like, how am I supposed to get down? He had to climb down the fucking shelves like a monkey, take my picture, and climb
like
back
a
up.
What?
Like, wow, buddy. Wow. Talking about a Caucasian man. And then he had to climb back up. So all said and done, I was hanging for about 10, 15 minutes. No circulation to the fucking nuts.
Oh, no, those things are tight, those harnesses.
Oh, man. And they just fucking pinch right in, too. They just get them nuts, like... Yeah, that's what we were doing while you were out there fucking picking up nails and shit. We were fucking around in the warehouse.
Yeah. I never worked there. I couldn't. There's no way.
No, it was a cool ass job.
Meet a lot of interesting people every day.
Christ.
Every day.
A lot of crackheads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of desperate fathers.
Yeah.
I bought a class ring from a lady who was a stab wound victim, and she needed money to go to the hospital. So she's in there trying to sell me this class ring, and she literally has a fucking stab wound on her forearm.
So she's bleeding at the counter?
She's bleeding. Yeah. Bleeding at the counter. And I was like, trying to rush her out of there. And this was like the first time I worked there. This is why I got fired the first time. I'm trying to rush this lady out of here, and I'm like looking at this ring. I'm like, it's a Jostens. It must be real. Threw it on a scale and paid her out. That Monday, that was on a Saturday. That Monday, the boss comes back in, and he opens the safe, and he sees it sitting right in the front, and he's like, comes out, and he's like, who bought this? Well, it was me. Oh, really? And it was a big mess, but I had tested it. There's a test you can do to see if it's real, and it passed the test, but he told me that I didn't test it. And apparently, if I would have let it go at this point, I've heard from other people who work there, if I would have let it go with him saying, you didn't test this, if I would have been like, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot, then I would have still had my job. But I was like, I did test it. And he's like, no, you didn't, or else you'd know it was fake. I'm like, no, I tested it. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I took the envelope with the ring in it, and I dumped it out on the counter, and I pulled out a little bottle of acid and a little file. I'm like, you test it. And I'm like 18 years old at this point, little tiny. I was probably I'm 5'7", and I was probably 130 at the time. Yeah. I was tiny. And he's like, all right, fine, I will. And he does it real quick, and he's all like, well, this is something else. Like, if you would have paid attention, then you would have noticed that the test wasn't quite right. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And then I had 2 days off after that. So I'm like, whatever. And he called me in on my day off, and he's like, I need to talk to you. I'm like, all right. And he's like, here's your last paycheck. I'm like, oh, that was bad.
Oh, what a good boss, though, having the paycheck ready.
Oh, yeah, he had the paycheck ready.
And then he hires this clown back.
And then he hired me back 3 years later.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm out there scooping nails because, well.
And then I got to retrain this guy, and Q's picking up nails.
And then I got fired again, too. So, yeah.
Damn, fired twice? Same guy.
Same guy. A few years apart. But, it was what it was. But this time, though, when he fired me, he didn't wait a year because I had been there for a year. And in the employee handbook we used to have to sign, it said I got a week of paid vacation after a year. And he handed me that last check, and I looked at it, and I'm like, I want my week of paid vacation. He's like, you what? I'm like, it's in the employee handbook. I've been here for a year and a week. I get a week of paid vacation. And he turned purple and was so mad. And he wrote me another check, and he's like, Grr!
Ooh, damn, good boss. 2 checks.
Yeah, 2 checks, man.
That's the way to get fired. That's how I want to get fired.
Yeah, I think I spent all of both of those checks on weed, too. So,
So, I also heard from a source that you had a grow operation under your house.
What the fuck? What kind of sources do you guys have?
Do you do drugs?
I'm like,
I don't anymore. I can't.
It's like insider, outsider sources that I might talk to, I might not talk to. It's like so Giants Bryce Harper stuff. Like everyone hears it, but no one knows where it's coming from.
It's not
that's crazy. I didn't even know that anybody really knew about that. Honestly,
Dude.
that was like, I think that was right after I got fired from the pawn shop because I got my tax return that year. And it was something like $600. Excuse me. And I bought a 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium lamp for all you kids out there. Start taking notes now.
You mean LED?
No, it was high-pressure sodium back in the day, bro. All right? This thing, you had to plug it into a ballast. It was this big metal box that got about 1,000 degrees.
Yeah,
and you just,
unsafe.
You just set it on your carpet or whatever, and it's fine.
Right, yeah, it'll go.
You have to ventilate these lights because they also, it's the surface of the sun, these fucking lights, man. So, but yeah, I bought this grow light and, some pumps and some liquid nutrients and stuff. And yeah, we set up a hydroponic grow up in our back room. And it was pretty neat the way it was set up because it was actually a room that used to be a bathroom that they ripped the bathroom out, turned it into kind of a sitting room off of one of the bedrooms. Yeah. And had a little archway going into it. So we hung up like a big Navajo blanket over the archway, and then we scooted my roommate's bed right up against it so that it just looked like a wall.
Wall.
Yeah, and we had to grow up back there, and that was pretty cool for a little bit. We had this neighbor, we thought he was a cop. And he made us all paranoid. And then one day he comes over. He'd always come over and say hi or whatever. And then one day he comes over and he's like, "Hey, do you guys got a pot plant we could buy?" And I'm like, "Say what?" And I look at my roommate and I'm like, "Sure, yeah." Like we both had the same thought. We're like, "Yeah, sure, we got one."
Yeah.
And we took him into the house and we took him into this extra bedroom and fucking shut the door and locked it behind us. And we're like, "Are you a fucking cop? We're gonna fucking kill you. We're gonna blow your fucking house." Yeah, no, and we didn't have a gun or anything. It was like fucking fingers in the pockets pointing at him. "We will fucking murder you right here. I know it'll miss you." And he's.
You see these 3 plants? You see these 3 plants? You think I'm not fucking serious?
Oh, no, there was a lot more than 3. We didn't take him in that back room. We were just like, dude, like fucking pressing this guy. Dude started crying.
Your neighbor?
He was like 40. Yeah, he was just this fucking loser who lived with his girlfriend next door, apparently.
He wasn't a cop?
No. He started crying, and we're like, "You gonna hit this weed right now then?" And he's just like, yeah, okay. And fucking took the biggest hit I ever seen anyone take. But, like, he was smoking for his life, you know what I mean? So... yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Could you imagine having to smoke for your life?
Oh, dude. Like, honestly, I could have done better, but...
I was going to say, give me your worst, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, but this guy ended up,
now.
So we, like...
Load it up.
Yeah. So we apologized to the guy. And I think we did... We gave him, like, a little tiny, like, little 2-inch tall, like, transfer plan or whatever. For his...
You give him a nug or anything?
No.
A couple nugs.
No.
A couple seeds.
We didn't do that. No, we just gave him a little plant, little sapling, a little 2-inch sapling.
Do you grow now? Do you still grow?
No.
Are you still interested in it though?
I would.
Because I would love to grow.
Oh man, I think I could still do it. Honestly, we were all hydroponic before, and like, it was so much fun.
Think of doing it now with today's technology.
Oh yeah, today's technology
and it being legal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That dude, that 1,000-watt high pressure sodium lamp, right? I don't know.
Is that like halogen? Or is that like before
that's like
halogen?
what they use?
It's like
in
one of those big hood lamps, right?
Yeah, it's what
like
they use.
One
like
bulb, big old thing.
Yeah, if
1,000 watts.
If you're driving
like
through,
Thomas Edison invented it. Like that was the
little
light
bit,
bulb.
Kinda.
Way long. Thomas Edison was a prick.
Yeah,
I
but
heard
like
that
if you
the other
drive into
night,
like through a hotel, like the Breezeway, where you go and check in, those big lights that light it up like daylight.
Yeah,
those are like 400 watts. This was 1,000-watt. It was like an
And it's
8-inch long
piece.
freaking bulb.
Yeah, I think I know
it's
what you're
just
talking
one
about.
bulb.
Here.
Yeah, and
it's got like a.
You're supposed to wear protective eyewear when
and
you're
it's got an
working.
exhaust
I
on
believe
it, right?
Yeah, exhaust. You
Yeah.
have to exhaust it with a fan. We heated 2 rooms of the house with the exhaust off this thing. But that was the thing is, NV Energy used to do this thing. When they sent you your power bill, it would have a little bar graph showing how much power you used through the months. Yeah, they had to like freaking extend ours so it was like little tiny dots for the months, and then that month that we first started using it, we only ran
Just
12
spiked.
hours a day. Yeah,
Yeah.
our power bill went from like $60 a month to like $360 a month.
Damn.
From running that one light 12 hours a day. But yeah, no, I'd love to grow some weed again, you know, especially now that it's legal. And I mean, I can't smoke weed because I get drug tested at work, but I mean, I could grow weed, I'm sure, you
Yeah.
know.
Dang. Yeah, so we were talking about bad parents. I can't really have that conversation with anybody. I'm going to have to let somebody else talk on bad parents because both my parents were pretty fucking good.
Still pretty good. My dad was from El Salvador and overstayed his visa, and he was a carny, so he wasn't great.
See, Salvadorian carny.
I truly feel like if you didn't have a dad or you don't have like a father figure, I'm talking dad, like dad. Okay?
Yeah.
If you didn't have a dad, I feel like you're fucked. You're just fucked. I think you're fucked. There's so many things you're fucked on too. It's
See, it's tough for me because I've always had like a father figure there, per se. Like, there's always been someone there that I could call dad that's always had a paycheck, always kept a job, like took care of the family. But he's not my real dad. And my real dad, I don't know. Like, I know him through text, like we talk like here and there. But
it's
like
the full black one.
The full black one,
okay.
Okay. Which gives me the half. But he, I don't know. I guess I'm unique.
Yeah, see, but I feel like you're like an anomaly.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's weird that you're not a piece of shit. I mean, moms are great. Yeah. Moms do it.
Yeah,
but if you don't have a dad to like put you in check, like my second daughter, she's a smart mouth. She runs her fucking mouth, and nobody runs their mouth like her father, and she doesn't fucking realize it.
No,
she's starting to realize it now, though.
Yeah, she has no idea yet, though.
Yeah, she needs to chickadee check herself every now and again.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, I had to teach myself how to shave, but that was about it. So.
Yeah, see, and how do you shave? Against the grain? With the grain?
With the grain.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and I even knew better than to watch, I think it's Lethal Weapon 3, and Danny Glover's teaching his kid how to shave. I watched that, and he's all like, no, always against the grain. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's Razor Bump City, man. Like, I know that.
Yeah, you tell a black man against the grain, he'll be like, whoa, what? Electric razor and with the grain, sir.
Yeah.
I would assume so, right?
Yeah.
No, I had a grandpa, though. I mean, my grandpa
So Danny Glover was more of a father figure than your own father?
Kind of. He was a bad father, but he was more of a father. See, I think it's almost better to have no dad than a bad dad, honestly.
Oh, yeah,
you're not picking up those bad habits and getting those bad examples.
Yeah,
you know?
Makes sense. So, yeah, you're not watching like a shitty father do shitty things, I guess.
I grew up like a mama's boy, total 100% mama's boy. I'm surprised I ended up gay, but
I don't think that's always how it happens. But you know,
I thought that's how it happened. But I didn't.
I love you, Mom. Shut up, faggot.
Shut up, you fucking queer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest thing they taught me is what not to be. So
yeah, you know. But most people fall right into it. Like they're their parents,
and they're the exact same person.
Exact same people. It's crazy to see. Like working at the pawn shop's another good example. Like just people you can see bringing their kids, and then like working there after a while, their kids start pawning stuff as soon as they're old enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you just watch it, and you're just like, dang, it's like generational. It's just
cycle.
Like,
yeah.
They teach them how to do this. Like even if they're not teaching them. But it's like, I don't know. If I ever had to pawn anything, I wouldn't take my kid.
Yeah,
like, I don't
learn
want
by
my
example.
Yeah, you shouldn't want your kid
take
to
your
know
kid
that
when you're
struggling.
picking your stuff up.
Yeah, I'd be like, getting Xbox back. Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be involved in that.
Know what today is, kid? It's the first of the month. We're getting the Xbox back.
No, just tell your kid. Lie to your kids. It's okay. Just lie to your kids.
I don't know if my parents.
Got you a new Xbox.
Like if my parents ever pawned anything.
There's a couple times that I remember my mom pawning stuff. Like,
I mean,
like
I feel like everybody uses
like VCR or some shit.
A lot of times it's legit. I mean,
but if you're using it as like an ATM, if you're constantly using it, you're getting fucked in the ass and you're letting it happen. And he's doing it to like he's telling you he's fucking you in the ass.
You sign the paper.
You sign it, like
There's worse alternatives though. Like
you're screwing yourself.
Title
bank loans are bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't report. We don't report. If you default on your loan, it's like who cares?
Oh yeah,
we have your stuff. Yeah. It's not defaulting on your credit.
Your stuff is our stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why people use it because there's no credit check.
People struggle with that though. Once their stuff becomes our stuff, like there's.
Oh yeah. Hey, you ever go to wipe a laptop and find a bunch of nudes on it?
Cell phone today, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
16-ounce Red Bull can size. You know what?
Hey, I seen that one.
Boom, dude.
Oh my god! I seen that on that dude's digital camera when he pawned it 10 years ago.
The only reason I know it's a 16-ounce Red Bull can is because there was a 16-ounce Red Bull can in the picture.
Right next to his dick?
The comparison.
I thought
dude.
you were going to say you were drinking a 16-ounce Red Bull first time he showed it to you.
That would have been inconvenient. You were drinking a Red Bull.
That calls for a spit take.
Yeah.
Dude, no. It's crazy, yeah.
Did this one chick, oh my god, I gotta tell the story. This one chick brought in a laptop, and she was like young and cute and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think she had come in and make a payment on it, and then like we didn't hear from her for like a long time. And so we're like, all right, it's time to put this laptop out, and we're going to wipe it. And me and the manager there at the time, he's like,
right there.
we're wiping stuff or whatever, and we're going through to make sure everything's erased, and we found this folder with these pictures, and it was all these nudes of her.
Damn.
And she had this like very specifically placed tattoo, and like we had just got done wiping it, put a price tag on it, and she fucking walks in the door, and we're both like,
That shit happens all
Quank,
the time. Like,
looked right where we knew that fucking tattoo was.
Yeah.
And like, and she was like, dude, she like knew, she like turned red, and she's like, I'm here about my laptop, and we're like, we already wiped it, and she was like, everything? I'm like, yeah, everything, and she's like, okay, and just left. Like, I'm like, oh man, that was weird.
Yeah. It's that no shame thing. People like don't care, like genuinely don't care a lot of times. Like, I don't know.
The no shame, that shit fucking blows me away when I see that happen. You know when you see it. Like when you're at the store and like...
Somebody's beating their kid's ass for no reason.
Yeah.
And they're all in pajamas.
Oh yeah, yeah, all of them.
All in
Yeah.
pajamas.
Whole family's got mustard stains on their fucking
But
SpongeBob
they're okay with it
pajamas.
because they have no shame.
Yeah. No, that's nuts. I never got that.
That's crazy. That's like arguing with your spouse. Like, we don't have enough money. Like in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Did you just say that? I'd slap my fucking wife in the mouth.
Yeah.
If you said that.
Well, and that's something too. The no shame thing. My girlfriend's got that a little bit, but it's not to the Walmart extreme. It's like she'll just bring something up in front of our family. But in my family, we didn't talk about those kind of things. Like, I don't know. Hey, oh yeah, no, Joe's been having trouble with constipation lately, and then his hemorrhoids started acting up. And
Yeah,
I'm
just
like,
shit, you're like, well,
I just met your parents today. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, you're embarrassing me. I'm like, in her ear, I'm like, you're embarrassing me.
You're
And
making
she's
it
like,
look like I'm sick.
I'm
Stop making it
embarrassing
look like I'm
you.
sick.
You're making a scene in front of my parents.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
have the hemorrhoids. You fucking weirdo.
yeah.
damn.
She's like, you weren't so embarrassed leaving your fucking Preparation H wipes on the back of the toilet when we had company.
She's like,
No, she
damn,
didn't
woman,
say
can
that.
I just...
I was like, dang.
No, she doesn't brag on me like that, but yeah, dude. But they're just
no,
much
we
more
know some
open
women
as a
that do
family.
that. We know some women that do. I can't even imagine. I can't.
Just gotta
That's
have a little
weird.
shame.
A little bit. Just
Just have
healthy.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking normal. Like, keep that shit to yourself.
Care what you look like. Care what your kids look like.
Otherwise, everyone would just be running around with their dicks out, and it's
Yeah, just Mason Crosby. And
Yeah.
that shit.
Mason Crosby.
Just
Yeah.
fucking pull that dingus out and fucking
Yeah,
walk around.
strut your stuff.
oh,
Man.
Dang. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you gotta have at least a 16-ounce Red Bull size.
Oh, yeah.
fucking dingus, but
Yeah, you got to be loaded like King Kong.
ooh, yeah. Oh, King Kong, the basketball star.
Like, do they contact you? Do they ask you, like, are you growing marijuana at your house?
no,
'Cause
no.
your shit spiked.
Yeah, no, and like that's what we thought at first. We're like, oh, this is how they catch you. This is how they always say that people get caught and stuff like that. But NV Energy wasn't fucking paying attention to that in fucking
No,
Fallon,
they make
Nevada.
too much money.
No, they don't care as
Yeah.
long as you pay your shit.
Yeah, so like what ended up happening was the dude that was our fucking neighbor's boyfriend who fucking asked us about the pot plant. We ended up
Did
being
you strong arm?
that we fucking strong armed in the back room, yeah. So he ended up like being pretty cool, and we'd like smoke out with him or whatever, and and we kind of got to know him, and it turned out that he used to be a prison guard. He tried to be a cop, but he couldn't be a cop. But he had a lot of friends who were cops, and he's like, yeah, I get that a lot. People think I'm a cop, and we're like, it makes you sound like a cop.
Yeah, you sound like one now.
But I mean,
Yeah,
he
are
had-
you fucking caught? Are
Yeah.
you fucking caught, man?
and-
Do it again.
Beat
yeah,
his ass
we
again.
started we started kind of wondering about him again a little bit, and then one day, I mean, we had this back room fucking packed to the gills with fucking pot plants in all stages of development, and
So you had a big operation. It was like
it was
seedlings
pretty big.
and fucking...
Yeah, we started out with like 4 or 5 seeds, and we got pretty good at cloning, And so it was mostly
hard.
clones, yeah.
It was very hard.
Oh, yeah. And we just, like, tackled it full on. Like, we'd been studying High Times, the horticulture section, for years, getting ready for this fucking test.
Reading your Webster's dictionaries.
Oh, yeah. There was no, like, there wasn't real...
Encyclopedias.
Yeah, there wasn't, like, real internet. Like, now, anyone could go on the internet and fucking grow some decent weed.
Grab me that W
Oh, yeah, you grow
encyclopedia
amazing
and
weed.
look
Yeah.
up weed.
Yeah, you follow some of the shit on the internet now, you'll grow
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you do it to a T.
You
But
don't have
we
to have
had an
marijuana
area-
and you could grow
yeah.
it.
It was like a 12 by 12 room or so, but it was, like I said, it was packed to the gills, like, with fucking plants. And so this guy, he comes over one day, and he looks a little shook up, and we're like, dude, what's wrong? And he's like, okay, guys, I'm going to tell you this, and don't take this the wrong way, but I was at a barbecue this weekend. There was some higher-ups from the sheriff's department there, and they know where I live, and they started asking about you guys, just kind of general questions or whatever, but, I mean, I know what you guys got going on over there. I'm not telling you anything about this right now, but if you're doing something, you should stop, because they might be onto you. And we're like, fuck, man, all right. And he left, and we go in the house, and we're sitting there for, I don't know, half an hour, just silent, thinking about weighing our options. Like, we're like, you know, at the time, it was still illegal. Way
Oh,
illegal.
yeah, super illegal.
Well, that would have
Yeah,
been
you're
fucking...
going to San Quentin.
Oh, yeah, we would have been in prison, you know, for a long time, decades. And so we're sitting there silent for a while, and we kind of both look at each other, and we knew what the other one was thinking, and we go in that back room, and we just started pulling plants out, cutting them up. We had a
Murder!
We had a 55-pound dog food bag, and we just started stuffing it with plants.
Fuck.
And we packed that thing packed full of just, it was a bale of fucking marijuana plants, basically, by the time we were done. Tied it up, and a lot of the other stuff we were able to just kind of, like the nutrients and stuff, we just kind of put away in the light and stuff like that. It's not super incriminating, but, you know, we dumped a bunch of the clay pebbles and stuff, you know, all of our grow medium or whatever out in the flower beds, and it looked fine. And fucking flowers got really tall the next year. But, like,
Dank as fuck.
oh yeah, dude, you can smell them. You can smell them from around the block.
Dank
You're like,
dandelions, bro.
someone's growing peonies over there. I smell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we took this big ass, you know, dog food bag of weed, and it was crazy the way it worked out, because it like started getting like kind of dark and cloudy, so it was like a dark, stormy night, and we got this dog food bag full of weed, and we're like, well, what do we do with it? And we decided to, you know, the spillway going into Lake Lahontan. We decided we threw it in the trunk when we drove there to that bridge over the spillway, and just threw it in there with a couple rocks in it, and fucking watched it fucking flow out into the lake and sink. So there's a dog food bag full of fucking, well, it's probably fucking compost by now, but yeah, that was the end of it. You know, we didn't do it again. We spent the next, like, I don't know, because we didn't tell a lot of people. We spent the next.
God, but you told that one motherfucker. That's
Yeah,
how they get caught.
well, and he's the one that warned
get
us,
caught.
though, you know? And
yeah,
but
like,
that's
that
also
was weird shit. That was like,
Yeah.
none of that was probably even happening.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
just him like,
and that's
hey, guys.
maybe he was paranoid because we gave him the one little plant, and he didn't want to
See,
get
the
busted
problem
for
was
it.
he wasn't a cop, but he wanted to be a cop.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying
Yeah,
to get
he
us
was like
to knock
creating
it
a
off.
situation
Yeah.
himself.
Oh my god, yeah, because nothing ever came of it. We were never questioned
You
about it
should
or
still
anything.
be locked up in your back room, dude. You should have never let
Yeah,
him
you should have
leave.
smoked all those plants.
I didn't
You
go
should
find
never,
it.
never. Should, you guys should have went through with it and just fucking murdered that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Let's
yeah.
have him on.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's Rick.
Yeah, here he is, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. God, it sucks being young and fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, because now it's like, yeah, we would have just been like, all right, all these plants, we're just gonna put them over, butt all of them out, and then maybe we'll take a break. You know, at least get your fucking money out of it. I mean, we made a decent amount of money in the time that we did it,
But you spend a lot of money to get it started.
oh yeah, I made my initial investment back for sure, plus all the weed I could fucking smoke, and it was all really good, fucking primo dank weed, man. Like,
Yeah,
man,
you grow it yourself and you actually care for it. It's unreal.
oh yeah,
It's
we
the
were back.
love.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
love.
the love.
That's what it is.
We were
the
back-
love and the weight buddies.
we were
Yeah.
back
The
there
white buddies
probably
for sure,
like
yeah.
every hour on the hour probably we were back there fucking checking on plants. We would
And they changed, literally.
Yeah, we
They'll
would
change
mist
in an
them
hour.
with
Oh,
them
yeah,
with club
completely,
soda. turn the flows up or down, adjust the pump
CO2 and all that
speed.
shit.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
dude.
like a happy looking plant after
man.
make
Oh
it
yeah,
run on it.
its
just
arms are up,
listening,
little
all
leaves
happy.
are up in the air, like a little kid wants to give you a hug. It's
Yeah,
what it looks
man.
like.
It's
Like,
pretty incredible.
thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was pretty insane. I'd love to do it again, though, especially now that it's legal.
Could you imagine having the brain you have today when you were a little fella?
Oh Jesus,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
yeah.
But
I'd have
I'm saying,
gotten
take
so
your
much
brain
more
out
done.
right now. I mean, you remember everything that happened after that. I mean, you have your brain, but
Like,
in your
you got to respect the fact
14-year-old
that like
self.
things are the way they are because that's how they're meant to be. Like you'd never change anything. But if you could think,
yeah, take that
oh
whole
my
aspect out
gosh,
of there.
dude.
Like, but I love my kids so much, I would never say it. Well,
yeah, no, I
take
wouldn't
that
be,
out. Like, take
sitting,
your just don't even
Gary, I
consider
wouldn't be
that.
sitting-
Wife,
no,
kids.
would not be sitting here.
Like if you could hook into a VR and like Life of Roy that shit from the time you were 18.
Yeah, like I want to rewrite some shit.
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah.
that'd be cool theoretically.
Yeah, I'd still be driving my first high school car.
Oh fuck yeah, I would. I would
I
never
would.
let that thing go.
I'd have my yeah. Shoot.
Mine would have died.
Yeah,
Mine would have died for sure.
Yeah, I would have went back in time and known that when I was shifting like an asshole, that the clutch linkage came undone, and it was a $3 fix with a couple of paper clips, and I wouldn't have sold my car for $200. So
Yeah, I was privileged. I had a nice first car. It was a 2001 Ford F-150.
oh Jesus,
It was lifted with big tires. But I
So
was
you were like the cool kid at school.
yeah, I was fat.
Yeah,
that was
you
cool.
were fat.
Yeah, I wasn't the attractive cool kid. I was like, oh, he's got a nice vehicle. Let's. see
He's
if
gonna
he'll
take me to lunch.
Yeah, let's see if
Yeah.
he'll take me to lunch. Yeah, I was like, yeah,
Because high schoolers have to
all
go
the
eat
girls
fast
are
food.
yeah,
for
all the
some
girls
reason.
are like, Quinn, give me a ride home.
for sure.
Yeah, see, I had a 1983 Plymouth Reliant. So if
I think
so if
I
you want to cue
remember
that shit up real
car.
quick, it's a 1983 white Plymouth Reliant 4-door. She was called Old Reliable, and I sold it to a friend. I'm not sure what she did with the car to this day.
You said
Reliant, yep.
Oh wow,
There she is.
Man,
that's
that's
my
a-
first
that's
car
sedan,
right there.
That's
Right.
clean as fuck.
Let me see.
You should have
So
thrown
that
some
one to
100
your
spoke
right,
Daytons on
under the
that
black
thing.
and white one. That's it right there. That's
Okay,
her.
for sure. That's not
her.
bad.
That was my ride.
It's not bad.
But it had a crunch in the back because
okay, that's bad.
well, yeah, we were in a I want to say it was a full parking lot, but it was an empty parking lot. It was me and my sister and my parents, and my dad backed up into a pole
Oh, geez.
Was
in
it a
an
yellow
empty
pole?
fucking parking lot.
Was it
And-
yellow?
No, but it was. He had a crunch on the back.
Did you
his
sell that
whole
car
life.
to Lindy?
No, I sold it
Okay.
to my friend Hope.
Oh, okay. I thought I remember her driving something similar or something like that.
Dang, if it's your first car and you ride it till it's ragged and then you sell it, that's a profit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're a privileged kid like you, didn't have to pay for your first car.
Yeah, I know I traded that in for a
Yeah, I
Mustang.
mean,
Oh
and that-
my
I
god!
should have never done it, dude.
That's crazy. I had to
Mustang's
buy
the
that
worst
car
investment.
from my father.
Yeah,
My dad made me buy that car from him.
check out the 1984 Toyota MR2. That was my first car.
Oh, I remember that thing.
Oh yeah.
I do remember
Oh
that.
yeah, you do. Yeah, that thing was a beast.
Yeah, my buddy had one of those. It was,
84.
but it was like crazy nice. It was like all souped up.
Yeah, they were pretty badass.
They were
cars,
nice
'cause,
cars,
Like
yeah. They
the
cruised.
the motor was in the back, and they were rear wheel drive. That little white one, but mine was silver.
Did you go around bumping your subs with your windows open?
Oh yeah, dude. I had like a CD, and the only song on it was fucking "Bitty Body Bitty Boo" by Bubbles from fucking the Super Troopers soundtrack.
Ooh, that's my shit.
Just fucking riding around bumping that shit.
See, and you're like, when you're younger, you're like, well, I want a fucking bigger truck, or I want like a nicer
Yeah.
car, faster car, and you don't need any of that.
That was
shit.
it till like
I
a
don't-
T, honestly. Except I had San Francisco Giant stickers on these back windows. Came equipped
Dude,
with a pussy magnet.
Mustang. Fucking
I was
worst
still fat though.
investment.
I was still fat.
Fat guy driving a Mustang.
Dang, I'm glad I hit puberty at the age of like 20.
I look forward to being an old dude, like a grumpy old piece of shit. Just
Oh,
a grumpy
yeah,
old
dude.
fuck.
Whose kids are these?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like grumpy.
You know any cool old fucking dudes?
Oh my god, it's my girlfriend's grandpa. And he passed away last year, so R.I.P. And, he was the coolest fucking dude I ever met. Though he he would just tell me these crazy fucking stories. And, like, I knew him for a few years before he passed away. And, man, one day I was, like, in his little smoking room or whatever with him, and he starts telling me, he's like, you know, when I pass away, I want to be cremated. And I'm like, oh, man, here we go. This is going to be a real heavy conversation, you know. And he's all, yeah, you know, he had cancer, and so he knew he was going soon. And he said, you know, this specific kind of cancer I have, I'm going to know when it's happening because I'll start bleeding out internally and I'll be able to feel it. And I'm like, God, this is getting dark, man. And I'm thinking, like,
rough.
I'm like, what is this guy getting ready to ask me? Like, is he going to ask me to off him right now or what? Like, I was, like, scared. I'm like, oh, man, what is going on? And he's like, so I have a special request. And I'm like, oh, here it comes. And he's like, when it starts to happen, I want to get a big jar of unpopped popcorn and just start eating it as fast as I can before I go. So that when the ambulance gets here and they take me away and they go to cremate me, I'll just start popping like a big bag of popcorn. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. He's laughing.
Asshole.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, God, I thought we were having a deep conversation. Or something.
I thought you were going
me
now.
His fucking
Yeah.
funeral prank.
You're gonna have
You're leaving me right now. Like, we're doing
putting the
this.
pillow over his face.
Yeah.
Like, hold this over my face for me, man.
Damn.
Yeah, man. No, he
Was he bummed out when it was like instant
Oh,
and nothing like popped and nobody was excited?
No, he was.
What a cool attitude to have, though. That's
yeah.
fucking.
He's the coolest fucking guy I ever met. I think that guy.
It's
man.
usually old guys. It's usually
Yeah.
old
Old guys
old
He was-
wise guys
oh,
with
man.
with good stories.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
he
if
was
you don't soak that shit in before they die, you're fucking fucked.
Yeah.
And everybody
yeah.
regrets it. It's crazy.
He would have been a guy to get a fucking mic in front of. He was a Vietnam War veteran, saw combat and everything, and then he got out when he was about 21, 22, straight into the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Turned out, you know,
He was
later
probably a
on-
good cop though, because he had life experience.
training.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So
he
he
was
ended up.
trained.
He was
Yeah,
the
little
youngest
training.
homicide
Yeah.
detective that Las Vegas had.
Oh dang.
And then did that until he retired, and then he opened a fucking zoo in Las Vegas.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
So he
and-
would have been a good dude to have around when Jason Aldean shot all those people
Yeah,
up.
when Jason Aldean was
Oh.
going crazy.
God. You know, honestly, I think that Jason Aldean set that up, because why would that guy go and start shooting at the crowd when you got a famous... If you want to be famous, if you want to go down in history, you shoot the guy on the stage.
Yeah,
man.
you take out. That's what I'm
You know,
saying. You take
Jason
out
Aldean's
the
like,
star.
look.
He set that up, yeah.
God, what a horrible thing to happen.
It was. Dude. That
Jesus
was.
Christ.
We got a lot of
It's one of
friends.
those
We got a
things
lot
you
of
hear.
friends down there, and it's all.
Could have been worse.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
For real?
You should be thankful that it wasn't worse.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
was a bad shot.
Oh yeah, he was a terrible, terrible shot. He bump stocks, fucking bump stocks on everything. He's probably like
Control it.
Gatling gun.
He
like
probably
he can't
shot himself on accident.
even.
Fucking guns flying every. Yeah, dropped one with one in the
ricochet,
fucking
fucking-
chamber.
They said there's like 60 rounds in the ceiling above him from the bump.
Son of a bitch.
Really?
Jeez, no, I have no idea. But
Jesus.
I'd imagine he's an old guy with a bump stock.
Yeah, no, I
Couldn't
think it
have
was an
too much
accident
control.
because he had enough ammo. He wasn't done yet. So
Yeah, it could have been so much worse. I mean, the planning that this guy went through to do this was crazy. He could have took out
Yeah,
thousands
this
of
is-
people. He could have killed thousands. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was distracted when it was happening, or it seems like he had the jump on everybody.
oh
That's
yeah,
for sure.
I know. It just the whole thing seems fishy. I mean, it was a tragedy, whether it was some sort of conspiracy or not. You know.
Yeah, I don't understand how it could have been
Yeah.
How
a
someone
conspiracy. Like, I think he was a lunatic, fucking
Yeah.
Oh, he
crazy
was a fucking
person,
psycho.
and he
for
just
sure.
It just comes
yeah,
down
he
to
just went and
someone
did it.
not paying attention. Like this dude brought 24 guns into a
Right? How did
freaking
how did
hotel
that
room,
fucking happen?
Yeah.
Like, you're not watching that shit. You're not watching what these
how many
people bring
bags
in.
Did you bring
Yeah.
in? Like
This isn't
wow,
part
this
of
guy
your
has a lot
training?
of luggage.
Yeah,
Like-
man, this guy's got 72 bags.
Yeah.
Like
They're
all that, all that
giant
ammo.
gun shaped.
Yeah, and they're extremely heavy.
Like he has
A lot of
to-
rattling.
They had to use like one of those carts every time.
Yeah, probably
The
12
ammo.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
what
know.
happened there?
That was craziness. When they had video of the actual room, there was guns everywhere. Like he had prop guns up, rifles and things you'd
all
prop
been
up.
forgotten.
He was
all
ready to
forgotten now. No one talks about it. Like
no.
it's
Oh yeah, it disappeared from everything now. You never hear anything about it. I haven't heard any updates on
They
it.
still talk about it down in Vegas a lot.
Do
but
they?
Yeah, it's a little bigger deal down there, but that's where it happens. So,
Right.
You know. That was nuts. That was because we were down like the next weekend, and you could still drive down there. They still had the whole area blocked off, and then you know, the windows were still missing from the Mandalay Bay and stuff. And then what was really fucked up, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a Priceline ad, and it was like, because you know they do those targeted ads. My phone knows I've been in Vegas, so it's all like, we just had a
Great
block
room rates here.
Yeah, we just had a block of rooms open up, and it had a picture of the Mandalay Bay and the fucking
Damn.
ad. I'm like,
That was the safest place to be during that fucking shooting. Was
Oh,
inside that
inside,
motherfucker.
yeah.
It was the best place. That was the best place to be.
I know, and when it first started coming out, like, there was kind of spotty details, and I was around this guy that I work with, and he's all like, "That's why you always carry a gun in your truck. I wish I was there." And I'm like, you know, that guy was like 30 stories up. Maybe if you had your fucking deer rifle and
I
you
don't know
were
how
really
good
good
of a
at
shot you
figuring
are, but-
trajectories, no, you'd be putting rounds through fucking, you know, because like you could just shoot at them, but there were hotel rooms all around him with other people in them. You know, you'd just be spraying the
Yeah,
side
I mean,
of this motel.
you don't even know what you're hitting. You can't
Yeah.
see like the definitive lines of the windows. Like you don't know if that's individual rooms or if it laps over on the.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's no way to tell. That stuff is crazy. When you hear people talk like that, you're like, "Fuck you, dude! You fucking
Yeah.
faggot!" Like
Well-
you would duck behind a fucking truck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you heard that, like it was the people that were like running away from their wives and their children and shit. It's those fucking pussies saying that shit.
Yeah, no, you know. And that's another thing that, like, you know.
It's like the pussy that didn't go inside that school
Yeah.
while all the kids were getting shot.
Yeah.
Just
No.
Same
Yeah.
shit.
That's what everyone could say, like, well, if I was there, you know, da-da-da.
Yeah, oh
And,
yeah,
like,
easy to say.
Yeah, I carry a gun with me whenever I'm going out of town, and it's like, yeah, I don't even know if something like, if there was an armed robbery going down, I might just put my fucking hands up and give him my wallet, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have
you
the
don't know
training
what's
or the
you don't
skill
know
to
what would
fucking
happen.
deal with that, you know?
Crazy, especially something like that. Like
Just
you're
go out and
there,
start shooting this
like
guy.
you know,
Yeah.
like you know how it is.
Wow.
What is with sports teams? I don't know what you're like in love with. I'm in love with my sports teams. He's in love with his sports teams. Like I saw him live for the first time. Football. Saw my first NFL game, and it was fucking incredible. Like I was almost crying like a fucking child. But people think that way about Jason Aldean. Like there's people that love their fucking
Oh,
singers
yeah.
and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So there's
Crazy
people that are
about
like in their own fucking world, completely zoned out.
Yeah, they're just
no
at a concert.
care about anything in
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah.
world. And he starts shooting a crowd of fucking people.
Yeah, that's insane. You know?
Fucking insane.
Yeah, there's no way to know how you'd act in that situation unless you're there. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, and if you're the one there, you know, the police respond to the reports of fucking gunshots, and you're the fucking dumbass holding a gun when they show up, you're getting taken out, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that situation
I'm
either.
throwing my gun.
Or, you know, some other good Samaritans in the audience see someone with a gun and see people going down. I mean,
Oh yeah. And then innocent people just start getting
Yeah.
shot fucking everywhere.
yeah, you know?
But we were on being a grumpy old prick. When I'm
Yeah.
a grumpy old prick, I'm telling you, I'm going to be one of the grumpiest, oldest pricks there are. I'm going to be that guy.
just completely over
I
the
can't
top.
wait.
Just a crusty old vet, just dusty as fuck, doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Oh, yeah, you can get away with so much, too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about getting away with so much when you're a kid, man. When you're an old man, you get away with a lot as long as you're not, you know, a public figure or something.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
you can walk around in your underwear if you want. And go to
Oh,
the store
yeah.
in your
Whatever
underwear.
you want.
Oh, man.
You're an old guy. Oh, sorry. I'm an old guy.
Huh?
And then the lady's like, oh, he's just an old guy.
Yeah.
Act all confused.
Tripping little kids and shit.
Out of here.
Oof.
Kid ran into me. Keep a handle on your beast.
It's always excused because you're just a grumpy old. Oh, he's just a grumpy old dude.
Yeah, people bring in
Like-
cookies and shit. You don't have to be nice to them.
No.
You know? Yeah. No, that was always fun hanging out with grumpy old dudes.
You want to talk about privilege? Grumpy old dude privilege.
Oh yeah.
That would be the privilege. To
That's a
have.
real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at
oh,
Congress.
Yeah. 99.9995.
Yeah. They're all grumpy old dudes.
And then there's OAC.
And a couple grumpy old ladies. Yeah.
trying to kill some cows and shit.
yeah.
Crazy
When
stuff.
it's the cruise ships that's killing the world.
It's the cruise ships and the fuck. I'll tell you what's killing the fucking world. He was talking about how many. What the fuck? Was
I think it was
200,000 a day.
It was
or
80.
fucking,
I have
something crazy. I might be thinking of something else.
The cruise ships, 80,000 gallons of fuel a day. A large cruise ship will burn.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't that insane?
80,000 gallons of fuel a day.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of emission standards those guys got to follow. Fucking shipping out of the Caribbean and shit.
How do they regulate it? It's all open water.
Yeah, I don't think
like-
they can.
Yeah, they don't. They
Yeah.
forget
There's
about
no way
it.
that they can.
Yeah,
Like,
they're probably
it's
it's probably
just
80,000
a cruise ship.
gallons a day, plus the 20,000 we spilled when Jorge was trying to change the barrels.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but I thought that was
craziness.
pretty wild.
They're like, well, it's not like we're using fossil fuels. It's all whale oil, you idiots.
yeah, there's no fossils in this.
These things were alive.
That's funny. Talking about old guy privilege, though. Holy
yes.
shit. I mean, you know who has some old guy privilege? Bobby Kraft.
I saw the headline and I didn't read it yet.
Ouch. You want to cue that shit up?
Cue that up.
Fucking Robert Kraft memes is the fucking third
Right?
thing on there.
It's insane. Patriots owner Bobby Kraft charged with soliciting prostitution.
That's Patriots privilege right there.
The
man.
Patriots
I wouldn't
privilege,
even say
exactly
that's
what it
the
is.
old men
But
thing.
you have, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, did he just? So he just asked. He was like, "Well, can you jerk me off?"
Yeah.
Or yeah,
This is Korean spa, right?
yeah. This
Where's
is
my
crazy
happy
spot,
ending?
right? So pull my dick. Yeah. no, Bobby
No,
Kraft. This
Bobby
is fucking.
Kraft.
This isn't how we do it.
This isn't the AFC Championship game, and you are not drunk. Like,
Oh,
you
God.
don't get a pass on
You don't
this
get
one,
to
Bobby.
do this. Okay?
Isn't he the
No.
one? He's the one that Tom Brady kissed after the Super Bowl, isn't it?
He didn't kiss him. He sucked his tonsils.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, well, we got a fucking
Yeah,
Pats
he
fan over
face
here.
fucked.
oh no!
He face
fuck.
fucked him with his
Oh,
other
man.
face. So is this? I want to see like, is there something current that says
What he did?
like if he's getting fucked in prison?
Oh, Bobby Kraft? No, he hasn't made it to prison yet. You
He
know
had
what
to
they
just
say
got
though?
charged.
They say every person that's been a part of the Patriots organization that's ended up in prison has turned out being gay and killing himself in prison.
That's true. I know. Does it say who he solicited there?
It wasn't Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, jeez.
No, but Bobby Kraft. So let's see. So soliciting prostitution. So like we said, he was probably just asking some nice lady, some nice Korean lady to jerk his little pecker. And she was like, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm calling the cops." That's what I'm thinking, right? What happened?
What?
The Asia Day Spa in Jupiter, Florida.
Sex trafficking.
Oh, so this was like a,
Oh.
and he's denying the whole thing.
He is.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
claiming his innocence, like
Yeah.
through all of this. And
That
they're saying
looks like
that
a place
he
you'd go get
did.
jerked off.
And he's going to get away with this. I
because
bet.
he's got that old man privilege.
man privilege.
He's got that,
That
old man, privilege. Yeah.
Should be a folk song.
And he's
I bet it
fucking
is, and when
rich
you-
as fuck. He's
yeah.
a billionaire. He's gonna buy his way out of this one. I bet he's gonna
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
"I didn't fucking nobody jerked me off, so there's no crime here."
Or he's gonna blow his own head off on live TV.
Ooh.
Could be.
Yeah.
Wow. Could you imagine?
Oh man. That's what there's a senator in like freaking Pennsylvania or something did that. Got accused of taking bribes or something, and he got, 2 days suspended to get his affairs in order, and he called a press conference at his house and
Dang.
rambled for about an hour, and then he pulled out these envelopes and he started handing them out to different people. Like one went to a couple news places.
Living wills.
Yeah, one to his wife, one to his attorney or something like
Oh,
that.
what a fucking cocksucker.
Pulled out this fucking manila envelope, and he's like, okay, because he was claiming his innocence till down to the bitter end, and he's like, pulls out this manila envelope. He's like, I'm sorry if this affects anybody in the room, but I'm going to give you a second to turn around. And he pulls out this big old fucking 357 hand cannon. And, and everyone's like, no, don't do it. No one knew what was going on, They thought he was going to fucking go
Start
crazy, start
shooting
shooting people.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry, put the fucking gun in his mouth, pulled the trigger, fucking whole thing was on live TV.
Damn. When was that?
That was like in the 70s or 80s.
Holy fucking what the fucks?
It
I've
was
never
color
heard that.
TV, but it was Bud Dwyer's the dude's name, and
That's
Bud-
crazy
Budweiser?
shit. So he was clearly
Bud
guilty
Dwyer.
then.
well, that's what they say is they
Or
say,
like he was
he was so like
presumed guilty. Like,
yeah, he was found guilty. He was
it.
going to prison. And they gave him 2 days to fucking get his shit in order, and that's what he did with it. But, but
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing
you got
was,
shit in order.
Yeah, the thing was too. They were saying because he wouldn't resign as like he, state senator or something, wouldn't resign, and he was going to be, recalled since he was found guilty. But it was like kind of this window right there where he killed himself, and so his family got full benefits for the rest of his wife got full benefits for the rest of her life. Because he died in office. And they think that might have been like the biggest thing about it is whether he was guilty or not, he was just doing it so that, he wasn't going to go to prison and his wife was going to be fucking broke on her ass.
That's crazy.
So.
Well, all right. Enough on that subject. It was good sitting down with Mr. Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
man.
not
Thank
Joey
you.
Fatone.
It's
Not Joey
Not
Fatone.
Joey.
Not
Fatone.
gay, not Joey Fatone.
Joey the
Joey.
fat one.
Cool. Don't miss episode 3. Christine's coming.